Hypermobility Guide for He, Him, and Them by Bryan, Jewell, KindaSpoony. Author's note. This book is intended as a practical guide to understanding and managing hypermobility spectrum disorder, HSD, and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, hEDS, from the perspective of a man who has lived through the ups and downs of this condition. As a former Marine with hEDS, I know how important it is to maintain discipline, focus, and mental toughness. Yet, it's just as vital to understand when to pull back and take care of yourself. This manual aims to provide not only essential information, but also a brotherly hand on your shoulder telling you that you are not alone in this fight. Every challenge we face, physically and mentally, can be navigated and in many cases, turn into a strength. Throughout this book, I'll share personal stories, lessons learned, and practical tips for navigating daily life with hEDS. I encourage you to apply what fits your situation and set aside what doesn't. This book is meant to be a tool you can use, whether you're just starting to understand your diagnosis or have been living with hEDS for years. Table of contents. Chapter 1, Introduction to Hypermobility. What is HSD/hEDS? Why this manual for boys and men? Chapter 2, Getting Diagnosed. Recognizing the symptoms, seeking out the right professionals, dealing with medical gaslighting, standing your ground. Chapter 3, Understanding your body's limits. Learning your limits and listening to your body. The importance of pacing, recognizing injury versus fatigue. Chapter 4, Physical training and strength management. Gentle strength, building resilience without overdoing it. Exercises tailored for hypermobility management, avoiding hyperextension and injury during training, and why flexibility isn't your best friend. Chapter 5, Pain management strategies. Types of pain associated with hypermobility. Navigating chronic pain, a toolkit of solutions. Balancing medications, physical therapy, and lifestyle adjustments. Chapter 6, Navigating school, work, and physical challenges. Surviving school with EDS, what to advocate for. Workplace accommodations, how to speak up for yourself. Military life and EDS, my personal experience. Tips for athletes and physically active men. Chapter 7, Mental health and resilience. Battling the mental toll of chronic illness. Cultivating resilience, our struggles are our strengths. Seeking therapy and other mental health support. Building a network of support, family, friends, and mentors. Chapter 8, Relationships and social life. Navigating friendships and romantic relationships with hypermobility. Communicating about your condition with others. Handling dating and intimacy with a chronic illness. Chapter 9, Practical tips for daily living. Joint protection, braces, wraps, and orthotics. Managing flares and fatigue. Growth mindset, healing as weakness leaving the body. Sleep hygiene and rest, prioritizing recovery. Chapter 10, Planning for the future. Accepting change and adapting your goals. Long-term care and planning for worsening symptoms. Legal and financial planning with a chronic condition. Final words of advice. Embracing your identity with EDS. Every event in my life has prepared me for the next moment. Chapter 1, Introduction to Hypermobility. What is HSD/hEDS? Hypermobility spectrum disorder, HSD, and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, hEDS, are conditions that affect the body's connective tissue, collagen and other proteins that provide structures and support for skin, bones, and muscles and ligaments. When these tissues are compromised, it leads to joints that move beyond the normal range, resulting in pain, instability, and a host of other symptoms. For many men, these symptoms are often overlooked or dismissed. Society teaches us to walk it off or man up, but ignoring the signs doesn't make them go away. Understanding what's happening inside your body is the first step toward managing it effectively. Why is this manual for boys and men? Men with hypermobility often face unique challenges. Due to societal expectations and a lack of awareness, we might delay seeking help or fail to recognize the severity of our symptoms. This manual is specifically designed to address these challenges, providing guidance that's both practical and relatable. Author's note. Let me share the story of my own diagnosis. As a Marine, I prided myself on resilience and grit. Pushing through pain was second nature. It wasn't until General James Mattis, a man I deeply respect, sat me down and said, "Bryan, the bravest thing you can do right now is to take care of yourself." That is when I realized something had to change. His words hit me hard. If a leader like him saw the importance of addressing my health, who was I to deny it? Accepting that I was sick felt like admitting defeat, but it was actually the first step in reclaiming control over my life. I hope that by sharing my journey, you'll find the courage to take that step yourself. When I was a kid, I thought being able to bend my fingers backwards was my special trick. I was known for having big hands. Friends would cringe as I casually touched my thumb to my forearm or bent my knees in ways that seemed unnatural. I wore my flexibility like a badge of honor, not realizing that beneath this talent was a condition that would challenge me in ways I couldn't yet comprehend. Welcome to the Hypermobility Guide for He, Him, and If you're between 16 and 60 and have ever wondered why your body feels like it's both a blessing and a curse, you're in the right place. This book is for the men and boys who push through pain, dismiss discomfort, and soldier on because that's what we're taught to do. What is HSD/hEDS? So what is HSD/hEDS? Let's break down some terms you'll hear a lot. Hypermobility Spectrum Disorder, HSD, and Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. Hypermobility Spectrum Disorder, or HSD, is a group of conditions characterized by joint hypermobility. That is, joints that move beyond the normal range. Think of your body's connective tissue, like collagen, as the glue holding everything together. In HSD, this glue is a bit too stretchy, leading to joints that are overly flexible. While flexibility might sound advantageous, it can lead to joint instability, pain, and a higher risk of injuries. Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. hEDS is a more specific genetic condition falling under the Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome's umbrella, which comprises 13 subtypes. Like HSD, hEDS affects connective tissue due to abnormalities in collagen. However, hEDS can have more systemic effects impacting the skin, blood vessels, and organs. However, more and more hEDS and HSD are being acknowledged to be the same condition on a spectrum. Common symptoms include joint hyperflexibility, the ability to move joints beyond the normal range. Chronic pain, persistent joint or muscle pain, is a feature of the condition. Frequent injuries throughout life, sprains, dislocations or subluxations, partial dislocations. Skin elasticity, soft velvety skin that may be prone to bruising. And fatigue, a constant sense of tiredness that doesn't improve with rest. Understanding these conditions is the first step towards managing them. Knowledge is power, and in this battle, it's your most valuable weapon. So why is this manual for boys and men? You might be wondering why a guide specifically for men. Society often expects us to be stoic, to man up and push through the pain. We downplay our struggles, ignore our symptoms, and avoid seeking help because we don't want to appear weak. This mindset is not just harmful, it's dangerous. I wrote this manual to break that cycle. As men, we need to recognize that acknowledging our vulnerabilities is a sign of strength, not weakness. By sharing my journey, I hope to help you navigate yours. My diagnosis. In early 2022, I found myself in a battle I hadn't trained for. Despite serving as a Marine and priding myself on resilience, my body was sending distress signals I could no longer ignore. I was grappling with chronic fatigue, unexplained weight loss, I dropped 50 pounds, and a slew of symptoms that didn't add up. Eating became a chore, and I was constantly exhausted. But every time I sought medical attention, I was told I was healthy as a horse. Then came February 2022. The world was reeling from the recent invasion of Ukraine, and I attended a veteran court forum where General James Mattis was scheduled to speak. I was there as a veteran mentor, trying to maintain my usual stoic demeanor despite the turmoil inside me. During dinner, I had the opportunity to brief General Mattis on my situation. I did my best to present a composed front, but he saw right through me. He looked me in the eye and asked, "How's your spirit, warrior?" The question hit me like a ton of bricks. Here was a man I deeply respected, cutting through all the pretense and getting to the heart of the matter. Before I could fully process it, he was called away to address the gathering. The next day, I received a call from General Mattis's brothers, Tom and Gerald. They told me that after our conversation, General Mattis was concerned about my health. He suspected I might have Marfan syndrome, a genetic disorder affecting connective tissue. While not the exact diagnosis, it was remarkably close. Their concern and willingness to help were the pushes I needed. With their support, I sought medical attention with renewed determination, and after numerous tests and consultations, I was diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, along with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, chronic fatigue syndrome, PTSD, and autism spectrum disorder. Since then, I've undergone 6 reconstructive surgeries under the skilled hands of Dr. Erickson in Seattle, a leading surgeon in EDS treatment. In 2022, both of my hands were rebuilt in a procedure known as the Erickson Special. In 2023, his partner Dr. Oseto performed bilateral leg surgeries to release trapped nerves in my feet, ankles, and knees. In 2024, I had a small finger revision surgery and ligament repairs in my right ankle, and at 35, I'm preparing for upcoming surgeries on my left ankle, shoulders, and hip. The journey hasn't been easy, but it's been enlightening. General Mattis's question forced me to confront a reality I was avoiding. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit you need help. The hidden struggle. Hypermobility disorders are often misunderstood, underdiagnosed, or misdiagnosed, especially in men. Because flexibility is sometimes seen as a positive trait, or because we downplay our symptoms, we might not realize that there's an underlying issue that needs attention. Here's some common misconceptions. These are just some Harmful misconceptions that keep many of us from getting proper medical care growing up. You're just double jointed. There's no such thing as being double jointed. This term often dismisses the potential severity of hypermobility disorders. It's just growing pains. While adolescents might experience growing pains, persistent joint pain is not normal and should be evaluated. Men don't get EDS. EDS doesn't discriminate by gender. However, women are more frequently diagnosed, possibly because men are less likely to seek medical advice. Breaking down the medical jargon. Understanding the medical terminology can feel like learning a new language. Let's demystify some common terms you'll need to understand. Collagen. It's a protein that's a primary component of connective tissue. Think of it as the body's scaffolding. Connective tissue. Tissues that support, bind, or separate other tissues or organs. Includes tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and bone. Subluxation. A partial dislocation where the joint is misaligned but not completely dislocated. Autonomic nervous system. ANS. The part of the nervous system responsible for control of bodily functions, not consciously directed, like breathing and heartbeat. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, a condition where changing from lying down to standing causes an abnormally large increase in heart rate. Recognizing the signs. Here are some common signs of hypermobility-related illness, along with the justification that kept me from being accurately diagnosed. If you're experiencing any of the following, it might be time to consult a healthcare professional. Chronic joint pain, especially if it's not linked to physical activity or injury. Only 1 in 5 people will ever experience pain that lasts from more than 3 months continuously during their lifetime. Only 20%. Learning this statistic helped me understand that what I was going through was not normal. Frequent injuries. Sprains, strains, or dislocations from minor incidents. I had always been accident prone. The wide variety of seemingly unconnected injuries makes a lot more sense when you understand that the connective tissue itself is weak. Extreme flexibility. Being able to move joints beyond their normal range. I most often see this in the form of party tricks. Not only is that exhibiting symptoms of connective tissue deficiencies, it puts unnecessary wear on your joints, so no party tricks. Fatigue. Feeling tired all the time, even after adequate rest. One of the first signs I noticed was a lack of energy that led me to ask, how fatigued do you have to be for it to be chronic? It was a clear sign in hindsight. Unfortunately, I would continue to work for nearly 2 years afterwards, doing continued damage to my mind and body. Digestive issues, such as irritable bowel syndrome. Again, it's not normal to fluctuate between constipation and diarrhea. There are so many ways our digestive system can get out of balance with EDS. Most of us do not understand what normal bowel behavior is, unfortunately. Cardiovascular systems. Dizziness upon standing, rapid heartbeat, or fainting spells. Growing up, I had heard, if you stand up too fast, you'll faint. So naturally, I just assumed that I stood up too fast every time I stood up. Taking the first step. Admitting that you might need help is not a sign of weakness. It's a demonstration of courage and self-respect. It took a direct question from General Mattis for me to face my reality. So I hope my story can encourage you to take that crucial first step. Finding the right medical support. Primary care physician. Start with your PCP and express your concerns clearly. You may need to see a variety of providers such as rheumatologists, neurologists, geneticists, orthopedists, specialists, physical therapists, or cardiologists. Keep records. Document your symptoms, injuries, and any patterns you notice. Be persistent. If you feel dismissed, seek a second opinion. Your health is too important to leave in the hands of someone who doesn't take your concerns seriously. The road ahead. This book is your companion on a journey towards understanding and managing hypermobility disorders. We'll delve into getting diagnosed, navigating the medical system without losing your sanity, understanding your body's limits, learning when to push and when to rest, physical training and strength management, staying strong without causing harm, pain management strategies, tools to manage chronic pain effectively, navigating life's challenges, from school to work to relationships, mental health and resilience, building a mindset that supports your well-being. Final thoughts. Remember, you're not alone in this. There's a community of men facing similar challenges, and together we can break the stigma around men's health issues. Your journey might be tough, but every step you take is a victory. As we move forward, keep this in mind. Every event in my life has prepared me for the next moment. Embrace your story, own your struggles, and let's navigate this path together. Chapter 2, Getting Diagnosed. Navigating the healthcare system can feel like traversing a minefield, especially when you're dealing with a condition that's often misunderstood or overlooked. If you're reading this, chances are you've experienced symptoms that don't add up, and you're searching for answers. This chapter is your roadmap to getting diagnosed with hypermobility spectrum disorder, HSD, or hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, hEDS. Recognizing the symptoms. The first step towards a diagnosis is understanding what to look for. Hypermobility disorders manifest in various ways, and symptoms differ from person to person. Here are some common signs you shouldn't ignore. Joint-related symptoms. Frequent sprains and strains. Do you injure yourself easily during routine activities? Joint pain. Persistent aches in your joints even when you're not active. Dislocations and subluxations. Have your joints ever slipped out of place? Hyperextensibility. Can you move your joints beyond the typical range of motion? Systemic symptoms. Chronic fatigue. Feeling exhausted despite adequate rest. Autonomic dysfunction. Symptoms like dizziness upon standing, rapid heartbeat, or digestive issues. Skin characteristics. Soft, stretchy skin that bruises easily. Poor wound healing, cuts and bruises that take longer to heal, and atrophic scarring, which you can see a really great example of on my hands. Personal reflection. Looking back, I realized I had many of these symptoms, but dismissed them as inconsequential. I thought frequent ankle sprains were just part of being active. It wasn't until my health drastically declined that I connected the dots. Seeking out the right professionals. Once you've recognized that something isn't right, the next challenge is finding a healthcare provider who understands hypermobility disorders. Start with your primary care physician. Your PCP is your first point of contact. Be prepared for the possibility that they may not be familiar with HSD/hEDS. Don't let this discourage you. Come prepared. Bring a detailed list of your symptoms, medical history, and any family history or similar issues. I'll discuss this more in later chapters. Be direct. Clearly express your concerns and why you believe you might have a hypermobility disorder. Consider visiting the Ehlers-Danlos Society's website to print out a copy of the diagnostic criteria checklist. Bringing this to your doctor's appointment can help guide the discussion in a way that will get you seen by the specialists that you may need. Specialists to consider. Rheumatologists, orthopedic specialists. Specialize in joint and connective tissue disorders and sports injuries. Geneticists can conduct genetic testing to rule out other types of Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome or connective tissue disorders. Cardiologists evaluate cardiovascular symptoms like POTS. Neurologists assess nerve-related entrapment and ANS symptoms. Tips for finding the right specialist. Research. Look for doctors who have experience with EDS or hypermobility. Support groups. Online communities can offer recommendations based on personal experiences, and be willing to travel. You might need to go outside of your local area to find the right expert. My journey to the right doctor. After my conversation with General Madison and his brothers, I was motivated to seek specialized care. It wasn't easy. I faced several dismissive doctors who attributed my symptoms to stress or overexertion. Persistence paid off when I found Dr. Erickson in Seattle, a surgeon renowned for his work with EDS patients. His expertise made all the difference in my treatment plan. Dealing with medical gaslighting. Standing your ground. Medical gaslighting occurs when healthcare professionals dismiss or downplay a patient's symptoms, leading them to doubt their own experiences. It's unfortunately common, especially with conditions like hEDS that aren't well understood. Signs of medical gaslighting. Being told it's all in your head. Your symptoms are attributed to anxiety or stress without proper evaluation. Dismissal of symptoms. Doctors ignore or minimize what you're experiencing. Reluctance to order tests. Providers refuse to conduct further investigations. Strategies to advocate for yourself. Document everything. Keep a detailed symptom journal, including dates, severity, and triggers. Bring a support person. Having someone with you can provide emotional support and serve as a witness. Ask questions. Don't hesitate to seek clarifications or challenge dismissive statements. Seek second opinions. If you're not satisfied with one doctor's assessment, consult another. Personal reflection. I can't count the number of times I was told, you're too young to have these issues, or maybe you're just stressed. It was infuriating and disheartening. But remember, no one knows your body better than you do. Stand firm in your conviction and don't let anyone undermine your pursuit of health. The importance of documentation. Keeping accurate records is essential. It not only helps you communicate effectively with healthcare providers, but also tracks the progression of your symptoms. How to maintain a symptom journal. Daily entries. Note any pain, fatigue, injuries, or other symptoms. Severity scale. Rate symptoms on a scale, like 1 to 10, to track changes over time. Possible triggers. Identify activities or conditions that worsen your symptoms. Photos. Visual documentation of physical symptoms like swelling or skin changes. Tools and techniques. Apps. Use health tracking apps designed for symptom management. The poor man's tilt table test. Monitor your heart rate and blood pressure upon changing positions to document signs of POTS. Aggressive workout plans. Record how your body responds to different exercises. Personal reflection. Documenting my symptoms was a game changer. When I finally met with doctors who were willing to listen, having detailed records made it easier for them to understand my condition. It also gave me a sense of control in a situation that often felt overwhelming. Understanding diagnostic criteria. Knowing the criteria doctors use to diagnose hEDS can help you understand what to expect during the evaluation process. The Bite score. A simple system to assess hypermobility, scoring flexibility in various joints. A higher score indicates greater hypermobility. Tests include bending your pinky finger backward beyond 90 degrees, touching your thumb to your forearm, placing your palms flat on the floor with straight legs, hyperextending your elbows, and knees, and touching the floor with straight legs. Additional criteria: skin features, texture, elasticity, and scarring. Your family history, genetic predisposition plays a role. Systemic symptoms, GI issues, cardiovascular symptoms, etc. The diagnostic process. Medical history review. A comprehensive discussion of your symptoms and family history. Physical examination. Assessment of joint flexibility and other physical signs. Laboratory tests may include genetic testing or blood work to rule out other conditions. Referral to specialists. Additional evaluations as needed. Mental and emotional preparation. Getting diagnosed can be an emotional roller coaster. It's normal to feel a mix of relief, fear, and even disbelief. Coping strategies. Educate yourself. Knowledge reduces anxiety and empowers you to make informed decisions. Support system. Lean on friends, family, or support groups who understand what you're going through. Mindfulness and meditation. Techniques to manage stress and stay grounded. Personal reflection. Receiving my diagnosis was both a relief and a source of anxiety. On one hand, I finally had answers. On the other, I was facing a chronic condition with no cure. Accepting that reality was tough, but it was the first step towards managing my health effectively. Steps after diagnosis. Once you have a diagnosis, you can begin to develop a management plan tailored to your needs. Building your healthcare team. Primary care physician. This is going to be who coordinates your overall care. Specialists, rheumatologists, cardiologists, physical therapists, ortho, etc. Mental health professionals. Helps navigate the emotional aspects. Developing a treatment plan. Medications for pain management, cardiovascular symptoms, mental health, etc. Physical therapy. Customized exercises to improve joint stability, and it is so important to get with a knowledgeable physical therapist that knows hypermobility. Lifestyle modifications. Diet, exercise, and activity adjustments. Surgery. In some cases, surgical interventions may be necessary. Personal reflection. My treatment plan was comprehensive and required coordination among multiple specialists. It wasn't easy, but having a dedicated team made the journey manageable. Remember, treatment isn't one size fits all. It should be customized to your specific needs. Overcoming barriers. You may face obstacles such as insurance issues, financial constraints, or lack of local specialists. Tips to navigate challenges. Insurance advocacy. Understand your coverage and appeal denials if necessary. Financial assistance programs. Look into grants, nonprofit organizations, or hospital assistance programs. Telemedicine. Virtual appointments can bridge the gap if specialists aren't nearby. Community resources. Support groups can offer practical advice and emotional support. Conclusion. Getting diagnosed with HSD/HEDS is a critical step towards taking control of your health. It's a journey that requires persistent self-advocacy and resilience. Remember, you're not alone in this process. Key takeaways. Trust your instincts and listen to your body. Be proactive in seeking out knowledgeable healthcare professionals. Stand your ground against dismissive attitudes. Keep detailed records to support your case. Build a support network to help you navigate the challenges ahead. Your journey is unique, and your strength lies in acknowledging your struggles and fighting for your well-being. In the next chapter, we'll delve into understanding your body's limits and how to navigate them effectively. In the Marine Corps, an often used saying is pain is weakness leaving the body. It's a mantra that pushes us to ignore discomfort and strive for excellence, no matter the cost. But when you're living with a hypermobility disorder like hEDS, ignoring pain isn't just unwise, it's dangerous. Understanding your body's limits is crucial for managing your condition effectively. This chapter will guide you through the process of listening to your body, recognizing the difference between injury and fatigue, and learning how to pace yourself without compromising your goals. Listening to your body. The importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of effective self-management. It involves paying attention to your body's signals and responding appropriately. Acknowledge pain. Pain is your body's way of telling you something is wrong. Don't dismiss it. Monitor symptoms. Keep track of how your body responds to different activities. Reflect on patterns. Identify triggers that exacerbate your symptoms. Techniques for enhancing body awareness. Mindfulness meditation. Practice being present and attentive to bodily sensations. Progressive muscle relaxation. Body scanning helps you identify areas of tension or discomfort. Journaling. Document daily activities and how they affect your symptoms. Personal reflection. During my time in the Marines, I prided myself on flexibly overcoming any obstacle. But that mentality led me to ignore signs that my body was struggling. It wasn't until I started paying attention, really listening, that I realized I needed to adjust my approach. The importance of pacing. Pacing is the art of balancing activity with rest to prevent overexertion and manage fatigue. Understanding pacing. Activity rest cycles. Alternate periods of activity with rest even before you feel tired. Set realistic goals. Break tasks into manageable chunks. Prioritize tasks. Focus on what's essential and delegate or postpone the rest. Implementing pacing strategies. Use timers. Schedule regular breaks during activities. Energy conservation techniques. Simplify tasks and use assistive devices when necessary. Listen to your body. If you feel fatigued, allow yourself to rest without guilt. Personal reflection. In my military career, we were taught to complete the mission, often without full knowledge of the cost. But living with hEDS requires a different strategy. By pacing myself, I find I can accomplish more without triggering flare-ups or injuries. Recognizing injury versus fatigue. Distinguishing between normal fatigue and an injury is vital for preventing long-term damage. Signs of fatigue. Generalized tiredness, a whole body sense of weariness. Muscle weakness, temporary reduction in strength. Slower reflexes, decreased reaction times. Signs of injury. Sharp or acute pain, localized discomfort. Swelling or bruising, visible signs of trauma. Loss of function, inability to move a joint or limb normally. Responding appropriately. For fatigue, rest, hydrate, and consider adjusting your activity level. You may need to step back on your progress until you recover. For injury, seek medical attention, apply ice or heat as appropriate, and avoid using the injured area. Personal reflection. I recall when I tore my right shoulder ligament while bench pressing during a lunch break one day as a sergeant. I reported to medical and the injury was diagnosed and treated with physical therapy as a sprain. It's been over 10 years since then, and I was surprised when I learned it was a torn ligament in 2024. Unfortunately, the delay in treatment has led to significant problems in my personal and professional life. By learning to recognize and respond to injury signals, we can prevent minor issues from becoming major setbacks. Adapting activities to your limits. Just because you have limitations doesn't necessarily mean you have to stop doing what you love. It does mean finding new ways to engage in activities safely. Modifying physical activities. Low-impact exercises. Swimming, cycling, and walking are gentler on your joints. Adaptive equipment. Use braces or supports to stabilize joints during activity. Professional guidance. Work with a physical therapist to tailor exercises to your needs. Workplace and daily life adaptations. Ergonomic adjustments. Optimize your workspace to reduce strain. Assistive devices. Use tools designed to make tasks easier. For example, jar openers, reachers, or trackable computer mice. Flexible scheduling. If possible, adjust your work hours to accommodate your energy levels. After my surgeries, I had to relearn how to perform some daily tasks. Simple changes like using voice-to-text software and scheduling rest in my workday made a significant difference in managing fatigue and pain. Mental barriers to setting limits. Sometimes the biggest obstacle is our own mindset. Overcoming pride and ego. Redefine strength. Recognize that strength includes knowing when to rest. Let go of should. Release expectations of what you think you should be able to do. Embrace adaptability. View adaptations as tools for success, not signs of weakness. Dealing with external pressures. Communicate needs. Be open with others about your limitations. Set boundaries. Politely but firmly decline activities that aren't suitable. Seek supportive environments. Surround yourself with people who respect your needs. Physical rest. Allowing your body to recover from exertion. Mental rest. Reducing stress and cognitive overload. And emotional rest. Processing feelings, challenging events, and maintaining emotional balance. Incorporating rest into your routine. Scheduled breaks. Plan rest periods throughout your day. Quality sleep. Prioritize sleep hygiene to improve restorative sleep. Educate them. Share information about hypermobility to help them understand your experience. Ask for help. Don't hesitate to request assistance when needed. And set expectations. Be clear about what you can and cannot do. Medical professionals. Regular check-ins. Maintain open communication with your healthcare team.
Update on changes. Report new symptoms or concerns promptly. Collaborative approach. Work together to adjust your management plan as needed. Support groups. HSD and hEDS are still considered rare conditions, so look out for chronic illness or chronic pain support groups. In-person meetings. Connect with local groups for face-to-face interaction. Online communities. Participate in forums or social media groups. Peer support. Share experiences and coping strategies with others who understand. Personal reflection. Building a support network was instrumental in my journey. Over time, I've curated a loving and supportive group of people that spans from online acquaintances to my chosen family. Embracing adaptation is strength. Adapting isn't giving up. It's overcoming the obstacles in the way of you in life. The growth mindset. Embrace challenges. View difficulties as opportunities to learn. Persist in the face of setbacks. Understand that progress isn't always linear. Value effort. Recognize that trying counts even if the outcome isn't perfect. Setting new goals. Realistic objectives. Set achievable targets that consider your limitations. Celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and reward your accomplishments. Adjust as needed. Be flexible and willing to modify goals over time. Personal reflection. Adapting my approach to life was liberating. It allowed me to focus on possibilities for a new life rather than fitting myself into the old one I knew. Each time I succeed at something difficult, it's a triumph that reinforces my resilience and determination. Conclusion. Understanding your body's limits does not restrict your life. It empowers you to live fully within your capabilities. Key takeaways. Listen to your body. Pay attention to signals and respond appropriately. Pace yourself. Balance activity with rest to manage fatigue and prevent injuries. Recognize injury versus fatigue. Learn the difference and act accordingly. Adapt activities. Modify tasks to suit your needs without compromising enjoyment. Overcome mental barriers. Shift your mindset to view adaptations as strengths. Build a support network. Surround yourself with people who understand and support you, and embrace adaptation. See challenges as opportunities for growth. You'll know that you're doing it right when you notice the powerful difference between adapting to cope and adapting to win. Your journey with hypermobility may require adjustments, but it doesn't diminish your potential for success. By understanding and respecting your body's limits, you position yourself to thrive in all areas of life. In the next chapter, we'll explore physical training and strength management, providing strategies to build resilience without overdoing it. Chapter 4, Physical Training and Strength Management. Staying active is essential for overall health, but when you have hEDS, exercise can feel like walking a tightrope. Too little activity can lead to deconditioning, while too much of the wrong kind can cause injuries. This chapter focuses on finding the right balance to build strength safely and effectively. Gentle strength. Building resilience without overdoing it. The importance of strength training. Joint stability. Strong muscles support and protect your joints. Improved functionality. Enhances your ability to perform daily tasks. Pain reduction. Can alleviate some symptoms by reducing joint strain. Principles of safe strength training. Low resistance, high repetition. Focus on endurance rather than maximum strength. Controlled movements. Avoid jerky or rapid motions that stress the joints. In proper form. Technique is more important than the amount lifted. Personal reflection. Initially, I thought pushing harder would make me stronger. After multiple injuries, I learned that a gentle approach was more effective. It's not about lifting the heaviest weight, but about consistent mindful training. Exercises tailored for hypermobility management. Proprioceptive training. Enhances body awareness to improve joint stability. Balance exercises. Using balance board or standing on one foot. Closed chain exercises. Movements where the limb is stationary. For example, push-ups, squats. Strengthening exercises. Focusing on key muscle groups that support hypermobile joints. So core strength. Planks, bridges, and pelvic tilts. Shoulder stability. Wall push-ups and resistance band exercises. Hip and leg strength. Mini squats, step-ups, and leg lifts. Flexibility exercises. Avoid overstretching. Gentle range of motion exercises without pushing limits. Dynamic stretching. Controlled movements that prepare muscles for activity. Personal reflection. Working with a physical therapist who understood hypermobility was invaluable. We developed a customized program that strengthened my muscles without stressing my joints. It's made daily activities easier and reduced my injury frequency. Avoiding hyperextension and injury during training. Techniques to prevent hyperextension. Limit range of motion. Stop movements before joints reach the end of range. Use mirrors. Visual feedback helps maintain proper alignment. Engage muscles. Actively contract muscles around joints during the movements. Equipment and supports. Braces and taping. Provides additional joint stability during exercise. Resistance bands. Offers controlled resistance without heavy weights. Proper footwear. Supports ankles and improves balance. Warm up and cool down.
Warm-up prepares muscles and joints for activity, reducing injury risk. Use dynamic stretching methods. Cool-down helps prevent stiffness and aids recovery. Use static stretching with caution. Personal reflection. In my early training, I ignored warm-ups and cooldowns, thinking they were unnecessary. Incorporating them made a noticeable difference in how my body responds to exercise. Taking the time to repair and recover is crucial. Why flexibility isn't your best friend. While flexibility is often celebrated in athletics, for those with hEDS, it can be both a blessing and a curse. Hyperflexibility may grant temporary advantages in certain sports or activities, but it often comes at a significant cost to long-term joint and tissue health. Personal experiences with hyperflexibility. Growing up, my hyperflexibility felt like a superpower. When I started wrestling, I quickly learned to ride legs, a technique where you use your legs to control your opponent's movements. My ability to twist and bend in ways others couldn't gave me a distinct advantage on the mat. I could secure holds and escape positions that left my opponents baffled. My flexibility allowed me to maneuver out of tight spots and turn the tide in matches that seemed unwinnable. In karate, my extended reach and flexibility were significant assets. I could execute high kicks with ease, delivering strikes from angles that were difficult for opponents to anticipate. My hyperflexibility enabled me to maintain distancing and control the pace of sparring sessions. The combination of reach and flexibility made my techniques more effective and unpredictable. And finally, jiu-jitsu was perhaps where my hyperflexibility shone the brightest, and where it also did the most damage. I discovered that I could dislocate the joints in my arms and shoulders to escape from holds like arm bars. This uncanny ability to contort my body beyond normal limits meant that traditional submission techniques were less effective against me. Opponents were often surprised when a move that should have ended the match didn't have the desired effect. Military training, pushing the limits. My martial arts background was put to the test when I joined the military. Physical demands were intense, but my flexibility and conditioning gave me an advantage in many training scenarios. Whether it was scaling obstacles, enduring rigorous physical tests, or adapting to unexpected challenges, my body seemed capable of handling it all. I struggled at times, but relying on my hyperflexibility to excel when I needed to. The hidden costs of hyperflexibility. However, beneath these achievements, damage was accumulating. Soft tissue damage. Each time I pushed my joints beyond their natural limits, whether escaping an arm bar by dislocating my shoulder or stretching to deliver a high kick, I was causing micro tears and strains in the soft tissues. Ligaments, tendons, and cartilage were being overstretched and weakened. Joint instability. Repeated dislocations and hyperextensions led to chronic instability. The joints became less reliable, increasing the risk of injury during even mundane activities. Delayed healing. Injuries that I dismissed as minor took longer to heal. The cumulative effect of these untreated or undertreated injuries began to impact my overall performance. Chronic pain. What started as occasional discomfort evolved into persistent pain. Over time, activities that once felt effortless became sources of significant discomfort. Coming to terms with the consequences. It wasn't until years later that the true cost of my hyperflexibility became apparent. Persistent joint pain, frequent injuries, and a series of surgeries revealed the extent of the damage. Activities that once came easily were now sources of pain and frustration. I began to understand that the feats I once celebrated were contributing to long-term problems that would affect me for the rest of my life. The soft tissues I had relied upon and unknowingly abused were essential for maintaining joint health and mobility as I aged. Rethinking flexibility and training. Recognizing that hyperflexibility wasn't the asset that I thought it was forced me to reevaluate my approach to physical activity. Prioritize joint stability. Focus on exercises that strengthen the muscles around the joints to provide better support. Avoid overstretching. Refrain from pushing joints to their extreme ranges of motion. Listen to your body. Pay attention to pain or discomfort as signals to stop or modify activities. Seek professional guidance. Work with physical therapists or trainers who understand hypermobility and can tailor programs accordingly. Personal reflection. Looking back, I wish I had understood the risks associated with exploiting my hyperflexibility. While it gave me an edge in sports and the military, the long-term consequences weren't worth the temporary gains. My shoulders, knees, and other joints bear the scars of those choices, some of which required surgical intervention. Now my focus is on preserving the health of my joints and soft tissues. I've learned that sometimes less is more, and that sustainable fitness means respecting the body's natural limits. By shifting this approach, I'm able to stay active and healthy without causing additional harm. Professional guidance, the value of physical therapy. Finding the right therapist. Seek professionals familiar with hypermobility disorders. Collaborative approach. Programs need to be tailored to your needs. And communication. Open dialogue about what works and what doesn't. Benefits of physical therapy. Customized exercise plans. Target specific areas of weakness. Education. Learn techniques to manage your condition effectively. Progress monitoring. Adjustments made based on your response. Personal reflection. My experience with counter-strain physical therapy was transformative. Unlike traditional methods that aggravated my symptoms, this approach focused on gentle techniques that aligned with my body's needs. It taught me that the right professional support makes all the difference. Incorporating activity into daily life. Here are some ways to safely get exercise as you deal with having hypermobile joints. Functional exercises. Real-life movements. Practice activities that mimic daily tasks. Integration. Incorporate exercises into routine activities. For example, calf raises while brushing your teeth. Staying active without formal exercise. Walking. A simple way to maintain mobility. Household chores, like cleaning or gardening, can be beneficial. Hobbies. Activities like swimming or cycling are enjoyable and promote fitness. Overcoming psychological barriers. Fear of injury. Understanding safe practices reduces anxiety. Gradual progression. Start slow and increase intensity carefully. Celebrate successes. Acknowledge improvements, no matter how small. Motivation challenges. Set realistic goals. Align expectations with your capabilities. Accountability partners. Exercise with a friend or join a group. Track progress. Visual records can boost motivation. Personal reflection. There were days when fear of pain kept me from exercising. Overcoming that required trust in my plan and professionals and reminding myself of the benefits. Keeping a journal of my progress has helped me stay motivated too. Nutrition and recovery. Supporting your body. Balanced diet. Fuel your body with a variety of nutrients. Hydration. Essential for muscle function and joint health. Supplements. Consider vitamin D, calcium, or magnesium, or sodium after consulting a doctor. Importance of recovery. Rest days. Allow muscles and joints to recover. Sleep. Critical for healing and overall well-being. Listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, adjust accordingly. Personal reflection. I underestimated the role of nutrition and recovery in my training. Once I started paying attention to what I ate and prioritized rest, I noticed significant improvements in my energy levels and how quickly I bounced back from workouts. Conclusion. Physical training is a powerful tool in managing hEDS and HSD, but it must be approached thoughtfully. Key takeaways. Recognize the risks of hyperflexibility. Understand that excessive flexibility can lead to long-term damage. Prioritize safety. Focus on stability and control over intensity. Customize your routine. Tailor exercises to your specific needs. Seek professional guidance. Work with experts who understand hypermobility. Incorporate activity naturally. Find ways to stay active within your daily life. Address psychological barriers. Overcome fear and maintain motivation. We'll discuss this more in upcoming chapters. Support recovery. Proper nutrition and rest are as important as the exercise itself. Building strength with the HSD, hEDS is not about physical muscles, but also about resilience and adaptability. By embracing a balanced approach and understanding the hidden risks of hyperflexibility, you can enhance your quality of life and reduce the impact of your symptoms. In the next chapter, we'll dive into pain management strategies, providing tools to navigate chronic pain effectively. Chapter 5. Pain management strategies. Living with a connective tissue disorder often means navigating a labyrinth of chronic pain. It's a relentless companion that can overshadow every aspect of your life. Yet the journey to effective pain management is fraught with challenges, not just from the condition itself, but also from societal and medical systems that misunderstand or stigmatize chronic pain patients. In this chapter, we'll explore a comprehensive approach to pain management that acknowledges these complexities. We'll dive into the physical and emotional facets of pain, discuss the challenges posed by current medical practices and policies, and offer strategies to advocate for yourself in a system that often falls short. Understanding pain, more than a symptom. Pain isn't merely a symptom to be silenced, it's a signal that something is wrong. In hEDS, pain can stem from joint instability, muscle overcompensation, nerve compression, and more. Chronic pain also has a profound impact on the nervous system, potentially leading to heightened sensitivity and a vicious cycle of discomfort. The nervous system's role. Central sensitization. Chronic pain can cause the nervous system to become hypersensitive, amplifying pain signals. Emotional impact. Persistent pain affects mood, cognitive function, and overall quality of life. Healing inhibition. High pain levels can hinder the body's natural healing processes. Personal reflection. In my experience, the best way to address pain is to fix the underlying problem. However, for many of us with hypermobility, getting to the root of the issue is easier said than done. I spent years seeking a doctor who would acknowledge my symptoms, let alone offer effective treatment. This delay not only prolonged my pain, but also allowed my condition to progress unchecked while I served for an entire second enlistment in the Marine Corps. The stigma of chronic pain, a barrier to care. The societal and medical stigmatization of chronic pain patients has deep roots, exacerbated by policies stemming from the so-called war on drugs. These policies, while aiming to curb substance abuse, have had unintended consequences for legitimate pain sufferers. The impact of the war on drugs. Restricted access to medications. Regulations have made it difficult for patients to obtain necessary pain relief. Physician reluctance. Fear of legal repercussions can make doctors hesitant to prescribe effective pain medications. Patient stigmatization. Chronic pain patients are often viewed with suspicion, affecting the quality of care they receive. Personal reflection. I felt the weight of this stigma firsthand. Despite debilitating pain from Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, I struggled to receive appropriate pain management. Instead, during my time in the Marines, I was overprescribed non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs. Things like high-dose ibuprofen, naproxen, and meloxicam. These medications helped me fulfill my duties, but at a significant cost. They led to chronic kidney disease due to prolonged use. The limitations and risks of NSAIDs. While NSAIDs are commonly used for pain relief, they are not without risks, especially when used long-term. Potential adverse effects. Gastrointestinal issues. Ulcers, bleeding, and stomach pain. Cardiovascular risks. Increased chance of heart attacks or stroke with prolonged use. Kidney damage. Chronic use can impair kidney function, leading to conditions like chronic kidney disease, as happened to me. Relying heavily on NSAIDs was a double-edged sword. They dulled the pain enough for me to continue my service, but ultimately contributed to serious health issues. This experience highlighted the necessity of balanced pain management strategies that consider long-term consequences. Finding the right specialist, a turning point. Finding a reputable specialist was a turning point in my journey. My provider not only provided medication, as I've worked with Dr. Erickson in Seattle, my pain management specialist has supported a balanced approach to pain management that improved my quality of life. Steps towards effective pain management. Initial consultation. My specialist took the time to understand the complexities of my condition and my experiences surrounding pain management. He was very caring and worked with me through a lot of my own hang-up. As a team, we address specific issues through surgeries that stabilize joints and release trapped nerves, physical therapy that helped me grow stronger, personal reflection. Soon after my diagnosis, I met my local provider to get my pain under control. Our first focus was ensuring that I was able to get good rest. Sleep has always been a challenge for me, but managing the nighttime pain allows me to string together more uninterrupted sleep. And it's also allowed me to stop some of the mental anguish and suffering with pain when it comes to be too much. Next, we worked on managing my daytime pain so I could participate in physical therapy and begin rebuilding strength for the next surgeries I would undergo. This proactive approach made a significant difference in my recovery and overall well-being. Finally, we were able to use medication as a gauge for when I was ready for the next surgery. By participating in a progressive workout plan and reducing my medication intake as I healed, we determined when I was healthy enough to go under the knife again for all 6 of my limb repair surgeries. This method ensured that my body was prepared and it optimized the outcomes of each procedure. Balancing discomfort tolerance and quality of life. While building discomfort tolerance can be a valuable skill, it's essential not to minimize or dismiss genuine suffering. Pain is a personal experience, and each individual's threshold and coping capacity are different. Strategies for balancing. Mindfulness and acceptance. Techniques that help you acknowledge pain without being overwhelmed by it. Physical rehab. Gradual exercises to strengthen the body can reduce pain over time. Psychological support. Therapy can provide tools to cope with the emotional burden of chronic pain. The danger of gaslighting yourself. Acknowledging reality. Denying or downplaying your pain can lead to further harm. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same understanding you would offer for a friend in your situation. Avoiding burnout. Pushing through pain without rest can exacerbate symptoms and hinder healing. For instance, following my first hand surgery, I decided to avoid narcotics for my second. I was determined to manage the pain with only meditation and positivity. While I made it through the experience, it was incredibly challenging. And since then, I've opted for traditional pain management for each surgery after. This decision wasn't about giving in. It was about acknowledging my pain and choosing a path that allowed for better healing and quality of life. There was a time when I tried to convince myself that the pain wasn't that bad, believing that mental toughness would see me through. This self-gaslighting only delayed necessary treatment and worsened my condition. Accepting my pain as valid was a crucial step towards healing. The importance of addressing root causes. Symptom management is essential, but whenever possible, treating the underlying issue should be the priority. Surgical interventions. Joint repairs. Surgical procedures to stabilize joints and prevent dislocations.
nerve decompressions, relieving pressure on nerves to reduce neuropathic pain. Soft tissue repairs, addressing ligament and tendon damage. Access to specialists. Challenges. Finding knowledgeable professionals can be difficult because hypermobility has been neglected by the medical community. But persistence pays off. Don't be discouraged by initial setbacks. Keep searching for the right provider. Telemedicine options. Remote consultations may broaden your access to specialists. Personal reflection. Undergoing 6 limb repair surgeries was daunting, but each addressed a specific issue contributing to my pain. By actively participating in physical therapy and preparing my body for each procedure, I improved my outcomes significantly. While surgery isn't the answer for everyone, exploring all avenues for treating root causes is vital. Advocating for comprehensive pain management. Effective pain management should be multifaceted, addressing both the physical and emotional components of pain while prioritizing patient well-being over regulatory fears. The role of opioids and restricted medications. Appropriate use. Opioids and other controlled substances can be vital for managing severe pain when used responsibly. Patient assessment. Doctors should evaluate individual needs rather than adhere to blanket policies. Monitor and safety. Regular follow-ups and open communication can mitigate risks associated with these medications. Overcoming barriers. Open dialogue with healthcare providers. Express your pain levels honestly and discuss all available options. Educate yourself. Understand your rights as a patient. Seek out the specialists. Pain management specialists may offer more nuanced approaches and advocate on your behalf. Personal reflection. We were able to use medication as a tool, not just for pain relief, but also as an indicator of my readiness for further surgery. By following a progressive workout plan and reducing my medication intake as I healed, we gauged when I was physically prepared for the next procedure. This approach ensured that I wasn't relying on medications longer than necessary and that my body was in optimal condition for surgery. Reframing pain perception. Understanding pain as a multifaceted experience can empower you to manage it more effectively. Pain is communication. Body's alarm system. Pain signals that something needs attention. Feedback mechanism. Helps identify activities or behaviors that may be harmful. Shifting the narrative. From victim to participant. Engage actively in your pain management plan. Empowerment through knowledge. The more you understand your condition, the better you can advocate for yourself. Personal reflection. Reframing how I viewed my pain. From a sign of weakness to a messenger, changed my approach to management. It became less about battling pain and more about listening to my body and responding appropriately. Conclusion. Effective pain management in hypermobile EDS requires a nuanced, patient-centered approach that goes beyond symptom suppression. It involves addressing root causes, advocating for appropriate treatments, including the responsible use of medications, and integrating holistic strategies to support the body's healing processes. As we explored in Chapter 4, the military mantra, pain is weakness leaving the body, was a guiding principle for pushing through adversity. However, through my journey and everything I've learned in Chapter 5, I've come to realize that this phrase can be transformed into something even more powerful and relevant to our experiences. Pain signals that healing is needed, and by embracing healing, we allow weakness to leave our bodies. Therefore, I now believe that healing is weakness leaving the body. This new understanding reframes pain not as an obstacle to be conquered by sheer force, but as an invitation to heal, to listen to our bodies, and to grow stronger through that process. Key takeaways. Acknowledge and validate your pain. Your experience is real and deserves proper attention. Balance discomfort, tolerance, and quality of life. Recognize the importance of managing pain to improve overall well-being. Advocate for comprehensive care. Seek professionals who will address both symptoms and underlying causes. Understand medication options. Be informed about the benefits and risks of all medications, including opioids and NSAIDs. Challenge stigmatization. Educate others and stand against policies that hinder access to necessary treatments. Integrate holistic strategies. Complement medical treatments with physical therapies, mind-body techniques, and lifestyle adjustments. Reframe your relationship with pain. View pain as a communication tool rather than an adversary. Healing is weakness leaving the body. By embracing healing, we transform pain into a pathway towards strength and resilience. The shift in perspective empowers us to take control of our health journey, fostering a deeper connection with our bodies and minds. Your journey with pain is deeply personal, but you are not alone. By combining self-advocacy with a comprehensive management plan, you can improve your quality of life and move towards a future where your pain does not define you. In the next chapter, we'll explore navigating school, work, and physical challenges, providing strategies to advocate for yourself and thrive in various environments. Chapter 6, Navigating School, Work, and Physical Challenges.
Life doesn't stop when you're diagnosed with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. School, work, and everyday physical challenges continue to demand your attention. Navigating these arenas with a chronic condition adds layers of complexity that can feel overwhelming. This chapter aims to equip you with strategies to advocate for yourself, manage your responsibilities, and thrive in various environments. Embracing self-advocacy. Before delving into specific settings like school and work, it's crucial to understand the importance of self-advocacy. Being your own advocate means actively participating in decisions that affect your life, communicating your needs, and standing up for your rights. The power of self-advocacy. Control over your life. Taking charge of your situation empowers you and reduces feelings of helplessness. Improved outcomes. Clear communication can lead to better accommodations and support. Building confidence. Advocating for yourself strengthens your self-esteem and resilience. Steps to effective self-advocacy. First, educate yourself. Understand your condition thoroughly to explain it to others effectively. 2, communicate clearly. Be concise and specific about your needs and limitations. 3, know your rights. Familiarize yourself with laws and policies that protect you. 4, practice assertiveness. Express your thoughts respectfully but firmly. 5, seek support. Connect with others who can offer guidance and encouragement. Personal reflection. When I first started experiencing significant symptoms, I hesitated to speak up. I didn't want to be seen as complaining or making excuses. However, I realized that staying silent only made things harder. Learning to advocate for myself is a never-ending process, but it enables me to access resources and support that many others are unable to reach. And it's also what brings these videos to you guys. Navigating school with hypermobility. Whether you're in high school, college, or pursuing advanced degrees, managing education with HSD/hEDS presents unique challenges. Fatigue, pain, and mobility issues can interfere with attendance, concentration, and participation. Communicating with educational institutions. Disability services offices. Most schools have a dedicated office to support students with disabilities. Provide documentation. Supply your medical records or a letter from your doctor detailing your condition. Request the accommodations. These may include extended time on exams, note-taking assistance, or flexible attendance policies. Possible accommodations. Accessible seating. Ensure classrooms and facilities are physically accessible. Modified schedules. Adjust course loads or class time to manage fatigue. Assistive technology. Use software devices that aid in note-taking or reading. And physical education. For physical education, some specific modifications may be needed. Adjust PE requirements to suit your capabilities. Managing academic responsibilities. Prioritize tasks. Focus on essential assignments and manage time effectively. Communicate with instructors. Keep teachers or professors informed about your situation. Use campus resources. Tutoring centers, study groups, and counseling services can provide additional support. Personal reflection. Right after high school, I struggled in a traditional college setting. The rigid schedules and lack of accommodations made it difficult to manage my symptoms alongside academic responsibilities. Ironically, this obstacle was one of the reasons I decided to join the Marine Corps. With time and maturity, early in my second enlistment, I began a program through Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University that was tailored for working adults. I pursued a bachelor's degree in project management, attending classes at night after long days serving as an active duty sergeant responsible for production control and equipment maintenance on a flight line. At the same time, I was a new husband and raising my young son. So the flexibility of a hybrid education model was instrumental in my success. It accommodated my demanding work schedule and allowed me to manage my health more effectively. This experience showed me that alternative educational paths could offer the adaptability needed to thrive academically while juggling other responsibilities. Now, how was I able to do that? Because this condition waxes and wanes. When I was 25, 26, 27, I was able to accommodate with great diet and exercise while I was in the Marine Corps. Benefits of hybrid and continuing education programs. Flexible scheduling. Classes are often available at various times, including evenings and weekends. Second, online components. Reduced need for physical attendance can help manage fatigue and mobility issues. 3, tailored pace. Ability to take courses at a pace that suits your health and personal life. 4, supportive environment. Programs designed for working adults may offer more understanding and accommodations. Tips for success in alternative education. Research programs. Look for schools that offer flexibility and support for students with disabilities. 2, communicate needs early. Inform instructors about your condition and any accommodations you may require. Utilize technology. Leverage online resources and tools to stay engaged and manage coursework. Balance commitments. Be mindful of your workload to prevent overexertion. Utilizing these tools and communicating with a great group of Marines is how I was able to achieve everything that I set out to do during my time in service. Thriving in the workplace. Full disclaimer, I have not re-entered the workforce since being diagnosed, unless you count the advocacy work that I do between surgeries. These are the things that I am putting forward for myself as guidelines for going back to work as well. Entering or remaining in the workforce with hEDS requires careful planning and open communication. You have the right to reasonable accommodations that enable you to perform your job effectively. Understanding your rights. Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA. In the United States, the ADA prohibits discrimination and requires employers to provide reasonable accommodations. Disclosure decisions. You're not obligated to disclose your condition unless you need accommodations. Anytime that I was asked what I needed accommodations for, I would just say genetic condition. Documentation. Employers may require medical documentation to provide accommodations. Requesting accommodations. First, identify your needs. Determine what accommodations will help you perform your job. Then, formal request. Submit a written request to your HR department or supervisor. Examples of accommodations. Ergonomic workstations, flexible scheduling, remote work options, modified duties. Communicating with employers. Be professional. Keep discussions focused on your ability to perform job duties. Provide solutions. Offer suggestions for accommodations that can help you. Maintain confidentiality. Your medical information should be kept confidential by your employer. Managing work responsibilities. Time management. Use tools like calendars and apps to stay organized. Energy conservation. Prioritize tasks and take breaks to manage fatigue. Self-care practices. Incorporate stretching or brief walks to reduce stiffness during the day. Personal reflection. When I left the Marine Corps, I didn't understand what accommodations really were. And I was so surprised. I approached my supervisor with a proposal for an ergonomic workstation. And not only was my request granted for a standing desk, but I got a chair, I got a mat, but it also opened a dialogue with me and my supervisor. And I would get questions all the time about the different therapeutic tools that I had laying around by my coworkers, and middle-aged engineers to Theracane or to foam rolling. Overcoming physical challenges. Daily physical activities can be daunting when dealing with hEDS. From navigating public transportation to participating in recreational activities, it's important to find strategies that allow you to engage with the world comfortably and safely. Mobility and accessibility. Assistive devices. Don't hesitate to use canes, braces, or other aids when necessary. Plan ahead. Research venues for accessibility features like ramps or elevators if you need to. Transportation solutions. Use accessible transport options and consider ride-sharing services that accommodate your needs. Adapting recreational activities. Choose low-impact options. Swimming, cycling, or yoga with modifications can be gentler on your joints. Modify participation. Adjust the intensity or duration of activities. Listen to your body. Recognize when to rest to prevent injuries. Home adaptations. Ergonomic tools. Use kitchen utensils with comfortable grips or chairs that provide proper support. Safety measures. Install grab bars in bathrooms or non-slip mats to prevent falls. Organization. Keep frequently used items within easy reach to minimize strain. Personal reflection. I loved hiking, but found that uneven terrain increased my risk of injury. So I was introduced to hiking in the Marine Corps, and constantly rolling my ankles took the fun out of it a little bit. It wasn't until my mid-20s that I invested in good supportive hiking footwear and trekking poles. And just those two adjustments allowed me to continue enjoying nature without compromising my safety for many more years before the EDS crash. Managing social interactions. Socializing can sometimes feel like a challenge when dealing with fatigue or pain. However, maintaining connections is vital for emotional well-being. Communicating with friends and family. Educate them. Help them understand your condition and its impact. Set boundaries. Be honest about your limitations without feeling guilty. Plan ahead. Choose social activities that align with your energy levels. Participating in social activities. Flexible arrangements. Opt for gatherings that allow you to sit or rest as needed. Virtual connections. Use video calls or online games to stay connected when you can't meet. Self-care. Allow time to recover after social events. Participating in social activities. Flexible arrangements. Offer gatherings that allow you to sit or rest as needed. Virtual connections. Use video calls or online games to stay connected when you can't meet in person. And self-care. Allow time to recover after social events. Dealing with unpredictability. One of the most frustrating aspects of hypermobility disorders is the unpredictability of symptoms. Good days and bad days can make planning difficult. Strategies for managing unpredictability. Flexible planning. Build buffer time into your schedule for rest or unexpected flare-ups. Backup plans. Have alternative plans if you're unable to follow through with original plans. And emergency kits. Carry the essentials like medications, braces, or snacks to manage symptoms on the go. Accepting limitations. Practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to reschedule or cancel when needed. Focus on what you can control. Redirect energy towards tasks or activities within your capability. Don't just mope. Mindfulness techniques. Use meditation or deep breathing exercises to cope with stress. Personal reflection. Learning to accept unpredictability was challenging. I used to push myself to meet commitments despite feeling unwell, which often made things worse. Embracing flexibility allowed me to manage my responsibilities more effectively without compromising my health. Mental health and resilience. Navigating life's challenges with hEDS isn't just a physical journey, it's an emotional and mental one as well. Building resilience is key to thriving despite obstacles. Coping mechanisms. Therapy. Consider counseling to develop coping strategies. Journaling. Writing can help process emotions and track progress. Support groups. Connect with others who understand your experiences. Building a positive mindset. Set achievable goals. Focus on small victories to build momentum. Practice gratitude. Recognize and appreciate positive aspects of your life. Stay informed. Knowledge empowers you to make better decisions. Personal reflection. Therapy was instrumental in helping me navigate the emotional toll of hEDS. It provided a safe space to express frustrations and fears while equipping me with tools to handle them. Leveraging technology. Advancements in technology offer numerous tools to assist in managing daily challenges. Apps and tools. Health tracking apps. Monitor symptoms, medications, and appointments. Accessibility features. Utilize voice-to-text, screen readers, or other assistive technologies. Online communities. Engage with forums or social media groups for support. Remote opportunities. Online education. Explore virtual learning opportunities that offer flexibility. Remote work. Consider jobs that allow you to work from home or have flexible hours. Telehealth services. Access medical consultations without the need to travel. Personal reflection. Embracing technology made a significant difference in my life. Using apps to track my health helped me identify patterns and communicate more effectively with my healthcare team. Remote work options provided the flexibility I needed to balance my health and professional responsibilities. That is, after 2020, whenever we were allowed to work from home. Legal and financial considerations. Navigating the legal and financial aspects of living with a chronic condition can be complex, but is essential for long-term planning. Financial planning. Budgeting. Accounting for medical expenses and potential income fluctuations. Insurance. Understand your coverage and advocate for necessary treatments. Assistance programs. Research grants or programs that offer financial support. Legal protections. Know your rights. Familiarize yourself with the laws like the ADA that protect against discrimination. Estate planning. Consider wills, power of attorney, or advance directives. It's better to do it now and not need it than to not do it and need it later. Consult professionals. Seek advice from legal and financial advisors. If you can find them, somebody knowledgeable about chronic illness will be best. Personal reflection. Taking control of the legal and financial aspects of my life provided peace of mind. While it was daunting initially to throw out my game plan, professional guidance made the process manageable and ensured that I'm prepared for the future as best as I can be. Conclusion. Navigating school, work, and physical challenges with hEDS and HSD requires a multifaceted approach. By advocating for yourself, utilizing available resources, and adapting strategies to your unique needs, you can lead a fulfilling and productive life. Key takeaways. Embrace alternative paths. Explore education and work options that offer flexibility and accommodate your health needs. Communicate effectively. Open dialogue with educators, employers, and loved ones is crucial. Utilize resources. Leverage disability services, technology, and support networks. Plan strategically. Be flexible and proactive in managing unpredictability. Prioritize mental health. Address emotional well-being alongside your physical health. And stay informed. Knowledge empowers you to navigate legal and financial challenges. Your journey with hEDS is uniquely yours. filled with challenges, but also opportunities for growth and resilience. By equipping yourself with the right tools and mindset and recognizing that your condition may improve over time, you can navigate life's hurdles and continue to move forward. In the next chapter, we'll delve deeper into mental health and resilience, exploring strategies to maintain emotional well-being and build inner strength. Chapter 7, Mental Health and Resilience. Living with a chronic condition like hEDS or HSD isn't just a physical challenge. It's a mental and emotional one as well. The constant pain, limitations, and uncertainty can take a toll on your mental health. This chapter focuses on recognizing the psychological impact of Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome and provides strategies for building resilience and seeking support. Battling the mental toll of chronic illness. Recognizing emotional challenges. Anxiety. Worry about the future or worsening symptoms. Depression. Feelings of sadness, hopelessness, or lack of interest. Frustration and anger at your body or limitations. Isolation. Feeling disconnected from others. The impact of chronic pain on mental health. Sleep disturbances. Pain can interfere with restful sleep. Cognitive effects. Difficulty concentrating or memory issues. Emotional exhaustion. Constant pain drains emotional resources. Personal reflection. There are days when the weight of my condition feels overwhelming. I want you to know that it's okay to take a knee when this happens. Acknowledging these feelings as valid was the first step towards addressing them in my own life. Cultivating resilience. Our struggles are our strengths. Adopting a growth mindset. Embrace challenges. View obstacles as opportunities to grow. Learn from setbacks. Analyze failures for lessons. Stay flexible. Adapt goals and strategies as needed. Building emotional strength. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Positive affirmations. Reinforce your value and capabilities. Gratitude practice. Focus on what you appreciate in life. Personal reflection. Our struggles are our strengths. Transform my perspective. I began to see my own resilience in every struggle I've navigated through. After all that I've lived through, what's left to be afraid of? Developing coping strategies. Stress management techniques. Mindfulness meditation. Reduces stress by focusing on the present. Deep breathing exercises. Calms the nervous system. Progressive muscle relaxation. Relieves physical tension. Setting realistic expectations. Adjust goals. Align them with your current capabilities. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and reward progress. Avoid comparison. Focus on your journey, not others. Engaging in creative outlets. Artistic pursuits. Drawing, music, or writing as forms of expression. Hobbies. Activities that bring joy and distraction from pain. Physical activity. Gentle exercises like yoga with modifications or Tai Chi. Personal reflection. Making TikToks became a therapeutic outlet for me. It allowed me to process emotions and share my experiences with others, fostering a sense of purpose. Overcoming the stigma of mental health. Challenging misconceptions. Mental health is health, equally important as physical well-being. Strength in seeking help. Recognizing the need for support is courageous. Educate others. Share information to reduce stigma. Encouraging open dialogue. Share your story. Vulnerability can inspire others. Listen actively. Offer support for those that confide in you. Promote awareness. Participate in mental health initiatives. Personal reflection. Opening up about my mental health struggles was daunting, but it led to a deeper connection with myself and encouraged others to seek help. The role of routine and structure. Establishing daily routines. Consistent sleep schedule. Supports physical and mental health. Regular meals. Balanced nutrition aids in energy and mood regulation. Scheduled activities. Provides a sense of control and normalcy. Incorporating self-care. My practice follows a 3-part mind-body-spirit philosophy. Mind practices. Engage in mentally challenging activities. Reading, watching a lecture, or listening to a podcast are great ways to stimulate growth in the mind. Body activity. Regular movement boosts mood. Even if you can't do a full workout, do something intentional for the sake of your body. Lastly, for the spirit, meditation, prayer, and scripture reading will do it, but so will car karaoke, a bubble bath, or the flow state in your favorite game. Do something that encourages joy in your heart. Seeking therapy and other mental health support. Recognizing when to seek help. Persistent negative feelings. Depression or anxiety lasting more than 2 weeks. Impact on daily functioning. Difficulty performing routine tasks. Thoughts of self-harm. Immediate professional intervention is crucial. Types of mental health professionals. Psychologists provide therapy and counseling. Psychiatrists can prescribe medication if needed. Licensed counselors offer support and coping strategies. Therapy approaches. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, addresses negative thought patterns to increase distress tolerance. Acceptance and commitment therapy focuses on accepting emotions and committing to action. Mindfulness-based therapies incorporate meditation and present moment awareness. Medication options. Antidepressants may alleviate depression and anxiety symptoms. Stimulants can help with symptoms of low energy, fatigue, and POTS. Consultation required. Always work with a professional to determine the best approach. Personal reflection. Working with a therapist has helped me understand the world in a new light and provided a safe space to express my feelings. She validated my life experiences, helped me to understand the world after my autism diagnosis, and has been a pivotal part of my healing journey. I created this routine in my lowest moment, and since then it's given me stability. It's anchored me and provided a framework for stitching together one good day after another. Embracing your identity with EDS. Self-acceptance. Acknowledge your reality. Accepting your condition is empowering. Integrate, don't isolate. EDS is part of you but doesn't define you. Focus on your strengths. Cultivate what you excel in and double down on it. Advocacy and empowerment. Share knowledge. Educate others about EDS. Support communities. Engage with groups advocating for awareness. And lead by example. Demonstrate resiliency and positivity. Personal reflection. Incorporating EDS into my understanding of identity has allowed me to live more authentically. It's opened doors to new relationships and opportunities to make a difference. Conclusion. Mental health is a crucial component of managing hypermobility spectrum disorder and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome. Building resilience involves recognizing challenges, seeking support, and cultivating a positive mindset. Key takeaways. Acknowledge emotional impact. Recognize and address mental health challenges. Cultivate resiliency. Use struggles as a source of strength. Seek professional help. Don't hesitate to reach out to mental health professionals. Build support networks. Foster connection with family, friends, and mentors. Develop coping strategies. Employ techniques to manage stress and emotions. Challenge stigma. Promote open dialogues about mental health. Brace your identity. Accept and integrate your condition into your life. Your journey with HSD/HEDS is multifaceted, but by nurturing your mental health, you equip yourself to face challenges with courage and resiliency, no matter the source. In the next chapter, we'll explore relationships and social life, offering insights into navigating friendships and romantic connections while managing hypermobility. Chapter 8, Navigating Relationships and Intimacy. Human connections are fundamental to our well-being. Relationships, be they friendships, family ties, or romantic partnerships, offer support, joy, and a sense of belonging. However, managing relationships while living with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome can present unique challenges. Physical limitations, chronic pain, and fluctuating symptoms may impact your ability to engage with others fully. This chapter explores strategies for nurturing meaningful relationships and maintaining intimacy despite the hurdles. The importance of open communication. Effective communication is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Being transparent about your condition and needs can foster understanding and strengthen bonds. Sharing your experiences. Educate loved ones. Provide information about hypermobility and EDS to help others comprehend your experiences. Express your feelings. Share your emotions openly, whether it's frustration, fear, or hope. Set expectations. Clarify what you can and cannot do to prevent misunderstandings. Active listening. Be present. Give full attention when others are speaking. Show empathy. Acknowledge their feelings and perspectives. And ask questions. Seek clarification to deepen understanding. Addressing challenges together. Collaborative problem solving. Work with loved ones to find solutions that accommodate your needs. Regular check-ins. Schedule time to discuss how things are going and any adjustments needed. Personal reflection. When I told my family that I had hypermobile EDS, it transformed our relationships. I feared burdening them with my struggles, but sharing my experiences allowed them to understand me better and offer support. Maintaining friendships. Friendships enrich our lives, but chronic illness can strain these connections. Balancing social activities with self-care is essential. Staying connected. Quality over quantity. Focus on deepening existing friendships rather than expanding your social circle. Adapt social activities. Suggest outings that align with your energy levels, like quiet dinners or movie nights. Virtual interactions. Use video calls, texting, or social media to stay in touch when meeting in person isn't feasible. Setting boundaries. Communicate limitations. Let friends know when you need to rest or decline an invitation. Plan ahead. Schedule activities with ample time to prepare and manage your energy. Avoid overcommitment.
Be selective about engagements to prevent exhaustion. Dealing with disappointment. Manage expectations. Understand that not everyone will fully grasp your situation. Letting go. It's okay to distance yourself from relationships that consistently drain you or lack understanding. Building new connections. Seek out friendships with others who share similar experiences or interests. Personal reflection. I found that being honest with my friends about my limitations led to more supportive relationships. Some friendships evolved, and while a few faded, the ones that have remained became stronger and more fulfilling. Navigating family dynamics. Family can be a source of immense support, but may also present challenges, especially if they struggle to understand your condition. Educating family members. Provide resources. Share articles, books, or videos about hypermobility and EDS. Invite participation. Encourage them to attend medical appointments or support groups with you. Share personal stories. Use anecdotes to illustrate how hEDS affects your daily life. Setting healthy boundaries. Assertiveness. Politely decline requests or demands that exceed your capabilities. Consistent messaging. Reinforce your needs and limitations regularly. Seek mediation. If conflicts arise, consider involving a neutral party to facilitate discussions. Great suggestion for workplace, not a great suggestion with your wife. Cultivating supportive relationships. Identify allies. Lean on family members who demonstrate understanding and willingness to help. Express gratitude. Acknowledge their support with appreciation. And reciprocity. Offer assistance in ways you can, strengthening mutual bonds. Personal reflection. Navigating family dynamics requires patience and persistence. Over time, open dialogues and shared experiences help bridge gaps in understanding, leading to a more supportive environment. Make sure that you protect your energy when dealing with difficult family members. Romantic relationships can provide companionship and joy, but may also be complicated by the realities of living with hEDS. Timing. Choose a comfortable time to discuss your condition. Honesty. Be transparent about how hEDS affects you, including potential impacts on the relationship. And encourage questions. Allow your partner to express concerns and seek clarification. Building intimacy. Emotional connection. Foster deep emotional bonds through shared experiences and open communication. Physical intimacy. Adapt sexual activities to accommodate pain or limitations. Comfortable positions. Explore options that minimize discomfort. Pacing. Take breaks as needed and avoid rushing. Alternative expressions. Remember that intimacy isn't solely physical. Emotional closeness is equally important. Navigating challenges. Flexibility. Be willing to adjust plans or activities based on your health. Supportive partnership. Encourage mutual care and understanding. Professional guidance. Consider couples therapy to address specific issues. Personal reflection. In romantic relationships, openness about this condition is crucial. While it is daunting to share vulnerabilities, it paves the way for deeper trust and connection. Partners who are willing to understand and adapt make all the difference. Dating with hEDS. Entering the dating scene can be intimidating, but with the right approach, it can be a rewarding experience. Preparing yourself. Self-confidence. Embrace your worth and what you bring to a relationship. Positive mindset. Focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Safety first. Prioritize your well-being in all interactions. Navigating the dating world. Online dating allows you to disclose your condition at your own pace. Choose accessible venues. Suggest dates in comfortable, accessible locations. Set boundaries early. Be clear about your needs without overwhelming your date. Dealing with rejection. Resilience. Understand that not every connection will work out, and that's okay. Learning experience. Use each interaction to gain insights and grow. Support system. Lean on friends or support groups during challenging times. Personal reflection. Dating with hEDS taught me valuable lessons about self-acceptance and the importance of finding someone who appreciates me wholly. While there are setbacks, each experience brings me closer to understanding how to be a better partner. Parenting with hEDS. For those who are parents or considering parenthood, hEDS presents unique challenges and considerations. Family planning. Medical consultation. Discuss risks and considerations with healthcare providers. Support network. Ensure you have a strong support system in place. Financial planning. Account for potential medical expenses and adjustments. Parenting strategies. Energy management. Prioritize tasks and rest when possible. Adaptive techniques. Find ways to engage with your children that accommodate your limitations. Open communication. Explain your condition to your children in an age-appropriate manner. Seeking support. Co-parenting. Share responsibilities with your partner or other family members. Community resources. Utilize programs or services designed to assist parents with disabilities. Self-care. Remember that taking care of yourself enables you to care for others more effectively. Personal reflection. Parenting with hEDS requires creativity and adaptability. While it can be challenging, finding ways to connect with my child and adapting when needed is a part of the journey I find highly rewarding. Social activities and inclusion. Participating in social events can enhance relationships but may require adjustments. Planning ahead. Assess the environment. Ensure venues are accessible and comfortable. Communicate needs. Let hosts know about any accommodations you might require. Set time limits. Decide in advance how long you can stay to manage energy levels. Hosting events. Control the environment. Hosting allows you to create a comfortable setting. Inclusive activities. Choose activities that everyone can enjoy, regardless of abilities. Potluck style. Reduce your workload by inviting guests to contribute. Saying no gracefully. Honesty. Explain that you need to decline due to health reasons. Alternative suggestions. Propose a different activity or date if possible, and avoid over-apologizing. A simple, sincere explanation is sufficient. Personal reflection. I learned that it's okay to prioritize my well-being over social obligations. True friends understood and appreciated my honesty, and we found ways to enjoy each other's company that suits everyone's needs. Dealing with social stigma and misunderstanding. Unfortunately, not everyone will understand your condition, which can lead to stigma or insensitive comments. Educating others. Calm responses. Address misconceptions with patience and clarity. Provide resources. Offer materials for further reading. Pick your battles. Focus on those willing to listen. It's okay to disengage from unproductive conversations. Protect your emotional well-being. Avoid internalizing negativity. Remember that others' ignorance doesn't reflect your worth. Seek supportive environments. Surround yourself with understanding individuals. And practice self-compassion. Acknowledge your feelings and give yourself grace. Personal reflection. Facing stigma was disheartening, but over time I learned not to let others' misunderstandings define me. Focusing on positive relationships and advocating for myself made a significant difference. Professional relationships. Workplace interactions are another area where managing relationships is key. Disclosure condition. Need to know basis. Share information if it impacts your job performance or if you require accommodations. Professionalism. Keep discussions focused on work-related aspects. Request that sensitive information be kept private. Teamwork. Collaborating effectively while respecting your limits. Supportive culture. Contribute to a positive work environment. Don't be a drag. Networking. Engage in professional development and networking opportunities as able. Managing boundaries. Time management. Balance work responsibilities with self-care. Assertiveness. Politely decline additional tasks if they exceed your capacity. Seek resources. Utilize employee assistance programs if they're available. Personal reflection. Navigating professional relationships required clear communication and boundary setting. By focusing on my strengths, adapting creatively, and seeking accommodations when necessary, we can find teams where we fit. Embracing community involvement. Engaging with your community can foster a sense of belonging and purpose. Volunteering. Flexible opportunities. Find roles that accommodate your schedule and abilities. Passion projects. Choose causes that resonate with you. Virtual volunteering. Participate in online initiatives if in-person activities are challenging. Advocacy and awareness. Share your story. Personal narratives can inspire and educate others. Join organizations. Collaborate with groups focused on hEDS or chronic illness advocacy. Public speaking. If comfortable, engage in talks or workshops to raise awareness. Personal reflection. Community involvement enriched my life, providing connections beyond my immediate circle. It's allowed me to contribute positively and find solidarity with others facing similar challenges. Conclusion. Navigating relationships and intimacy with hEDS involves patience, communication, and adaptability. By fostering understanding, setting boundaries, and embracing supportive connections, you can cultivate fulfilling relationships that enhance your life. Key takeaways. Open communication. Be transparent about your needs and listen actively to others. Set boundaries. Protect your well-being by establishing and maintaining limits. Adapt and innovate. Find creative ways to engage in relationships and activities. Seek support. Surround yourself with understanding and compassionate individuals. Educate others. Promote awareness to reduce stigma and foster empathy. Prioritize self-care. Remember that nurturing yourself is essential for nurturing relationships. Embrace positivity. Focus on the enriching aspects of relationships, despite challenges. Human beings are made to be social creatures. Despite the challenges posed by hEDS, it's possible to build and maintain meaningful connections. With openness, effort, and mutual respect, you can foster relationships that not only accommodate your condition, but also thrive because of the strength and resilience you've developed. In the next chapter, we'll explore strategies for long-term management and living well with hEDS. Focus on sustaining health and well-being over the years. Chapter 9, Long-Term Management and Living Well with hEDS. Living with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is a lifelong journey that requires ongoing attention, adaptation, and resilience. While previous chapters have focused on specific strategies for managing symptoms and navigating daily challenges, this chapter aims to provide a comprehensive approach to long-term management. We'll explore how to sustain your health and well-being over the years, embracing a proactive mindset that empowers you to live a fulfilling life despite the complexities of hEDS. Developing a personalized care plan. Personalized care plan serves as a roadmap for managing hEDS over the long term. It should be tailored to your unique needs, preference, and lifestyle. Components of a care plan. Medical management. Regular checkups, monitoring symptoms, and managing comorbidities. Physical therapy. Ongoing exercises to maintain strength and joint stability. Pain management. Strategies for controlling chronic pain effectively. Mental health support. Incorporating practices that promote emotional well-being. Lifestyle adjustments. Adapting daily routines to accommodate your condition. Emergency preparedness. Planning for unexpected health crisis. Collaborating with healthcare providers. Assemble a care team, including specialists like rheumatologists, physical therapists, and mental health professionals. Regular communication. Keep your providers informed about changes in symptoms or concerns. Advocate for yourself. Be proactive in seeking treatments and second opinions if necessary. Personal reflection. Creating a personalized care plan gave me a sense of control over my condition. By setting clear goals and collaborating with my healthcare team, I recovered from the sickest point and reclaimed my life, really. Embracing preventative care. Preventative care focuses on minimizing complications and maintaining optimal health. Regular medical checkups. Screenings. Stay up to date with recommended screenings for heart health, bone density, and other relevant areas. Vaccinations. Protect against infections that could exacerbate symptoms. Dental care. Maintain oral health as connective tissue disorders can affect gums and teeth. Monitoring comorbid conditions. Dysautonomia. Be vigilant about symptoms like dizziness and heart palpitations. Gastrointestinal issues. Address digestive problems promptly. Allergies and mast cell activation syndrome. Monitor reactions and manage your triggers. Healthy lifestyle choices. Balanced diet. Prioritize nutrient-rich food to support overall health. Regular exercise. Engage in safe, low-impact physical activities. Adequate sleep. Ensure consistent, restorative sleep patterns. Personal reflection. Focusing on preventative care is what I consider going back to the basics. It helped me reduce flare-ups, manage symptoms more effectively, and decrease overall pain. It reinforced the importance of looking after all aspects of my health, not just the most pressing issues. Adapting to life transitions. Life is full of transitions. Graduating, starting a new job, moving or aging. Each stage may present challenges in managing hEDS. Educational milestones. Higher education. Plan for accommodations in college or vocational training. Lifelong learning. Stay informed about hEDS and advances in treatment. Career development. Career choices. Consider professions that align with your abilities and limitations. Focus on brains over brawn. Continuing education. Engage in professional development to adapt to changing work environments. Always be learning. Family life. Relationships. Nurture the connections that provide support during transitions. Parenting. Adjust parenting strategies as children grow and family dynamics evolve. Caregiving. Be prepared for roles as a caregiver or receiving care from others. Aging with hEDS. Anticipate changes. Recognize that symptoms may shift with age. Plan for support. Consider future needs for assistance or adaptations in living arrangements. Stay active. Maintain mobility and independence through appropriate activities. Personal reflection. Navigating life transitions requires flexibility and foresight. By anticipating potential challenges, I am better prepared to adapt and continue pursuing my goals. Financial planning and stability. Managing the financial aspects of a chronic condition is crucial for long-term well-being. Budgeting for medical expenses. Track costs. Keep detailed records of medical expenses. Insurance coverage. Understand your policy and explore supplemental options if needed. Flexible spending accounts, FSAs. Utilize tax-advantaged accounts for healthcare costs. Income management. Maximize benefits like short-term disability or sick leave. Alternative income streams. Consider freelance work or passive income sources. Financial assistance programs. Research grants, subsidies, or charitable organizations that offer support. Long-term financial goals. Savings plan. Build an emergency fund for unexpected expenses. Retirement planning. Adjust saving strategies to account for potential early retirement or reduced earning capacity. Estate planning. Prepare legal documents like wills and power of attorney. Personal reflection. Getting a handle on my finances provided peace of mind and allowed me to focus more on my health. Working with a financial planner familiar with chronic illness considerations can be especially helpful. Staying informed and advocating for change. Being informed about hEDS and advocating for broader awareness can enhance your management strategies and contribute to the community. Continuous learning. Research updates. Stay abreast of new treatments, studies, and medical advancements. Educational events. Attend conferences, webinars, or workshops. Medical journals and publications. Read reputable sources for the latest information. Advocacy efforts. Share your story. Personal narratives can influence public perception and policy. Join advocacy groups. Collaborate with organizations dedicated to hEDS or chronic illness. Policy engagement. Participate in initiatives that promote better healthcare access and accommodations. Personal reflection. Engaging in advocacy work not only helped others, but also enriched my understanding of hEDS. It empowered me to be an active participant in shaping the future of care for our community. And I'm proud to do it.
Cultivating a sustainable lifestyle. Adopting sustainable practices ensures that you can maintain your health and well-being over the long term. Energy conservation techniques. Pacing. Balance activity with rest to prevent overexertion. Prioritization. Focus on tasks that are most important or fulfilling. Delegation. Seek help with tasks when possible. Environmental adaptations. Home modifications. Install features that enhance accessibility and comfort. Assistive technology. Use devices that aid in daily activities. Ergonomic workspaces. Set up environments that reduce strain. Mindful living. Mindfulness practices. Incorporate meditation or relaxation techniques. Gratitude journaling. Foster a positive outlook by acknowledging daily joys. Stress reduction. Identify and minimize sources of stress. Personal reflection. Sustainable living became a cornerstone of my long-term management strategy. By making conscious choices, I preserved my energy and maintained a higher quality of life. Building a legacy. Consider how you want to impact others and what legacy you wish to leave behind. Mentorship. Support others. Offer guidance to those newly diagnosed. Share experiences. Write blogs, books, or create content that educates and inspires. Community leadership. Take on roles within support groups or organizations. Philanthropy. Fundraising. Organize events or campaigns to raise money for research. Donations. Contribute to causes that resonate with you. Volunteering. Offer time and skills to benefit others. Personal growth. Pursue passions. Engage in activities that bring fulfillment. Set long-term goals. Continuously strive for personal development. Reflect on achievements. Celebrate milestones and successes. Personal reflection. In a way, I'm building a legacy by documenting my struggles. It gives deeper meaning to my journey with Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome and motivates me to keep contributing positively. It makes me feel fulfilled. Embracing hope and possibility. Maintaining a hopeful outlook is essential for long-term well-being. Fostering optimism. Positive affirmations. Reinforce encouraging beliefs about yourself and your future. Visualize success. Imagine achieving your goals and living well. Surround yourself with positivity. Engage with uplifting people and content. Adapting to change. Flexibility. Be open to adjusting plans as circumstances evolve. Resilience. Strengthen your ability to recover from setbacks. Acceptance. Acknowledge realities while you strive for improvement. Celebrating life. Mindful appreciation. Savor moments of joy and connection. Create memories. Engage in experiences that enrich your life. Live authentically. Honor your values and true self. Personal reflection. Embracing hope transformed my perspective on living with hEDS. It allowed me to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, enriching my life immeasurably. Conclusion. Long-term management of hEDS is an ongoing process that involves proactive planning, adaptation, and a positive mindset. By taking control of your health journey, staying informed, and embracing supportive strategies, you can lead a fulfilling life. Key takeaways. Personalized care plan. Develop and regularly update a plan tailored to your needs. Preventative care. Prioritize measures that maintain overall health and prevent complications. Adapt to transitions. Be prepared for changes and adjust strategies accordingly. Financial stability. Plan for medical expenses and long-term financial goals. Stay informed. Continuously educate yourself and advocate for advancements. Sustainable lifestyle. Adopt practices that conserve energy and enhance well-being. Build a legacy. Contribute positively to others and pursue personal growth. Embrace hope. Maintain optimism and celebrate life's possibilities. Living well with hEDS is about more than managing symptoms. It's about embracing life fully, nurturing your passions, and making a difference.
By focusing on what you can control and seeking joy in each day, you pave the way for a rich and meaningful journey. In the final chapter, we'll bring together the insights and strategies discussed throughout this guide, reinforcing the empowerment that comes from knowledge and self-advocacy. Chapter 10, Embracing Empowerment and Moving Forward. As we reach the end of this guide, it's time to reflect on the journey we've undertaken together. Living with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome or hypermobility spectrum disorder is undoubtedly challenging, but it's also an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and empowerment. This final chapter aims to bring together the insights and strategies discussed throughout the book, reinforcing the strength that comes from knowledge, self-advocacy, and community. Reflecting on the journey. Acknowledge your strength, resilience in adversity. Recognize how far you've come in managing your condition. Personal growth. Appreciate the ways in which Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome has contributed to your personal development. Celebrating achievements. No matter how small, every victory is a testament to your perseverance. Personal reflection. Looking back, I realized that my journey with Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome has been a profound teacher. The challenges forced me to dig deep, uncovering reserves of strength and resilience I didn't know I had. Each hurdle overcome, whether physical or emotional, becomes a stepping stone toward a more empowered self. The power of knowledge, staying informed, continuous learning. Medicine and understanding of genetic disorders are constantly evolving. Empowerment through information. Knowledge equips you to make informed decisions about your care. Sharing insights. Educate others to foster understanding and support. Personal reflection. When I began educating myself about hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, I began to share with others, and it transformed my approach to managing the condition. Understanding the intricacies of my body allowed me to advocate effectively for myself and others. It turned uncertainty into confidence. Building and nurturing your support network. The importance of community, family, and friends. Strengthen relationships through open communication and mutual support. Support groups. Connect with others who share similar experiences. Professional allies. Cultivate relationships with healthcare providers who respect and listen to you. Personal reflection. My support network became my lifeline as I grappled with my diagnosis, from family members who offered a listening ear, late at night, to medical professionals who treated me as a partner in care, to the supportive and empowering comments from my online community. These communications provided the encouragement and assistance I needed to thrive. Advocacy and giving back. Becoming an advocate. Use your voice. Share your story to raise awareness about hEDS. Support others. Offer guidance to those who are newly diagnosed or struggling. Engage in activism. Participate in campaigns or organizations that seek to improve the lives of those with chronic illnesses. Personal reflection. Advocacy became a source of empowerment for me. By helping others navigate their journeys, I found purpose and fulfillment. It reminded me that while hEDS is part of my story, it doesn't define me. Embracing your identity, beyond the diagnosis. Holistic self-view. Remember that you are more than your condition. Pursue passions. Engage in activities that bring joy and satisfaction. Self-expression. Embrace your individuality in all its facets. Personal reflection. As much fun as I have making educational videos, I do reach a state of burnout sometimes. Rediscovering hobbies and interests outside of hEDS was liberating. It reinforced that my identity encompasses many roles: parent, engineer, friend, artist, marine, not just someone managing a chronic illness. Setting future goals. Looking ahead. Personal aspirations. Define what you want to achieve in various aspects to life. Flexible planning. Set goals that are adaptable to changing circumstances. Continuous growth. Commit to lifelong learning and self-improvement. Personal reflection. Setting goals gave me direction and clarity. Whether planning a family trip, pursuing a new hobby, or setting professional objectives, these plans motivated me to look beyond present challenges toward a fulfilling future. Cultivating gratitude and mindfulness. Daily practices. Gratitude journaling. Focus on positive aspects each day. Mindfulness meditation. Stay present and reduce anxiety. Positive affirmation. Reinforce self-worth and optimism. Personal reflection. Incorporating gratitude and mindfulness into my routine profoundly impacted my mental well-being. It shifted my focus from what was lacking to what was abundant in my life, fostering a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Inspiring others. Be a beacon. Lead by example. Demonstrate resilience and positivity in your actions. Mentorship. Guide others facing similar challenges. Share successes. Celebrate milestones publicly to inspire hope. Personal reflection. I found that sharing my journey openly inspired others to face their challenges with courage. Knowing that my experiences could provide comfort or motivation to someone else added meaning to my own path. Final thoughts. Accepting the journey. Embrace imperfection. Acknowledge that it's okay not to have all the answers. Practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself during difficult times. Honor your journey. Recognize the uniqueness of your path. Personal reflection. Accepting my journey with all its ups and downs brought me a sense of peace. I learned that it's not about perfection or progress, and that each step forward, no matter how small, is significant. Conclusion. As we conclude this guide, remember that you are not alone. The strategies, reflection, and insights shared here are tools to empower you on your journey with hEDS. Embrace the knowledge, cultivate resilience, and continue to advocate for yourself and others. Your story is one of strength, courage, and endless possibilities. Key takeaways. Empowerment through reflection. Acknowledge your strength and growth. Knowledge is power. Stay informed and share insights. Nurture relationships. Build a strong support network. Advocate for change. Use your experiences to make a difference. Embrace your full identity. Pursue passions beyond your condition. Set meaningful goals. Look forward with hope and flexibility. Cultivate gratitude. Incorporate practices that enhance well-being. And inspire others. Lead by example and offer support. Accept your journey. Practice self-compassion and honor your path. Living with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is a part of your story, but it doesn't define the entirety of who you are or who you can become. Embrace empowerment, continue to move forward, and know that you have the strength to shape your own narrative.